bringing you too much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a light, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Welcome to the Elevated News Podcast for Two Dope Dudes. We are your source for Midwest cannabis news, culture, and more. Episode 105. I'm Aaron.
Hey, I'm Dave.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Living the dream, bro.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a Monday for me, and the week is bright. You know what I mean? Like, the possibilities are endless, and it is up to me as to what I'm going to do with it.
That's right. If it is to be, it's up to me.
Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
right.
sir. Love that.
That's
Love
right.
that. Love that you remember that. Thank you. Appreciate you. I mean, you know, people who put in a lot more time and actually put in a lot more, if it is to be, it's up to me's, said that. And, you know, when I say that, and then if I hear other people say that, to me, that's just remembering that person. You know what I mean? Like, remembering their memory. And it actually does mean a lot to me, because that person, those people were very close to me for a long time. So, anyway, yeah, dude. So yeah, it's going to be a great week. I'm gonna go up to New Buffalo later on. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I got to go up there and see some friends.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. I am pretty stoked about it. So,
fire.
I will definitely have some things to say about it when I finally go to a Michigan dispensary.
Oh,
on the next week's episode, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and since I've never been, yeah, that's right. First time, baby.
Oh, dude, you get 1,000,000% off.
1,000,000% off.
1,000,000% off your 100% plus weed.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they have lots of hash rosin up there.
They do.
I know.
They do.
They do. Yeah.
It's a guarantee.
Yeah. I got plenty of flour. I don't need no hash rosin.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, hey, let's get into it. Let's get into plugs, and then we got some fun news to get into today.
Oh,
you down with it?
Oh, yeah.
Run it. Cool. So you can find us, the Elevated News Podcast, if you're a audio listener, and we appreciate you if you are, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite podcasts and streaming apps. Come over, check us out at the Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Give us a like, leave a review. This helps us reach more people. Twitter.com, Two Dope Dudes. Find us there as well. And then supportdopepeople.com. You can find links to all of our podcasts there. You can find links to Dave's channel over there on YouTube, or one of his shows if it's not hidden, or it's on a playlist. And gear. If you like shirts, hats, beanies, hoodies, they are there if you like them.
They do get hidden sometimes, but if you want to really see it, you can come on Thursday night at 8 p.m. and hang out and Peace, Love, and Cope on YouTube. That's right. 8 p.m. Central Time. Friends and fun. Last week we played games again, and
Project 21. Can't forget Project 21. Shout out to our Project 21, the people that I see all over, making sure all that's green. Dr. Leave You Alone. Who else? Dr. Dank Nugs. Yeah, shout out to the Project 21 people. We love you. Yeah, I know Dave does.
You know, it's honestly, it's 1 to 3 and then 3 to 3. That's it.
That's right.
It says it in the song. I don't know if you knew that. If you came on Thursday night, you would know that. Yeah.
Hey, let's get the YouTube comments.
Rock them.
Rock them. Cole Memo. This comment got rescheduled from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3.
Oh, so good.
He put that like right as the show started. I was dying watching. Silly jokes aside, cheers to Aaron and Dave, smashing the like button for support. Cole, as always, we appreciate you. I hear Cole got reached out to by a major news outlet, and on a story they broke last year or the year before. So hopefully we'll see them soon on some big news. Not that we aren't big news, but I thought that was awesome because we appreciate Cole and what he does. Daily Homegrown, another great episode, always packed with news and insight. Keep up the great work, guys. Thanks for breaking up the work week, dude. That's why we're right in the middle of the week, Wednesday. Hopefully we can, hump day. Hopefully we can bring some light to people's weeks. Cole, again, another great episode. Aaron and Dave, keep up the great work, and thank you for what you do for the community. Cole, you're one of the few people to say that, and it actually really means something to us. Not that it doesn't mean it when other people say it, but coming from you, that's a lot. So thank you so much. I'm going to read IG Hashaholic first, and then we're going to go with our friend, Grojo, because he has a question for Dave. IG Hashaholic. When I take a 2 to 4 week tea break, I definitely don't completely abstain from smoking. The most I'll smoke in a week might be a half gram or so.
It's all right.
Yeah.
The only reason I do it is to fully reset my system, because we know that cannabinoids are fat soluble, and I got a couple extra of them. I just like to try my best to get rid of all of them, because if they're still stored inside of a fat cell, there is potential for it to be regulating your endocannabinoid system, helping produce or do whatever AG2 and anandamide, whatever. And then, so yeah, I just like to go back to full zero if I can. So I don't blame anybody. Do whatever you want to. And honestly, like small abstinence.
Don't let perfect become the enemy of good. Are you doing something that is better for you than if you weren't? Then, it's a good thing, and you can build off of that. So shout out to you. And then Grojo, Dave, before you started your tea break, did you have a routine you followed before a smoke session?
Yeah, grab a joint and then smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then smoke 2 more. No, I
grab a joint, undo the thing, take it out, show it to everybody. In this cutie, this is a cutie right here.
Yeah,
and then light it up and then pass it. That's usually the routine.
Yeah, well, depending, because I used to have a jar that had like different joints in it, so I'd pour them out of my hand and like show everybody, be like, "Which one do you want to smoke?" They'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. What's the difference?" I'm like, "No, I don't know."
Nah.
But no, honestly, my preference is packing perfectly packed pipes, dude.
That's right.
Yeah. If I could, I would grind it up, pack it up, and then light it up. That would be my routine.
Absolutely. Right on hole 6.
And 13.
12, 13, yeah.
Yeah.
14 maybe.
Maybe 14.
Maybe 14.
I forgot on 13.
Right, because you forgot on 13.
Yeah, because we'd already smoked 2 joints by the time we got to 13.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome. And then something I keep forgetting to do is shout out to people in the live chat. Oh, did you want to say something?
No.
Okay. Daily Homegrown, Chi-Town Hi-Fi. Can't wait to see you at the end of the month at the tie-dye party. John Voight, my homie, our homie.
Love that.
Go see him at wherever he works.
Yeah. See, wait till he gets out.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I said go see him.
Yeah, and give him a high five, and
yeah, for sure.
Don't waste your money. But they do have over 100% weed there now,
dude. I don't even.
They got more than 100% THC. Well, it's 100% THC, and then it's still got some CBD. They're fucking magicians in there. They're pulling some shit off I ain't never seen. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Mr. Rourke 420. Who else?
Macho Grams.
Gramsby Savage. Victor Heibel from Germany. I love seeing that. Victor,
dude,
and all the other German friends who come in, especially we've talked a couple times about what the cool stuff they're doing over in Germany and how there are medical clubs now and there are growers, and I just think it's going to take off. Victor, thank you very much for tuning in. Anybody from another country tuning in, I really appreciate you. We really appreciate you. Good luck, Romies. Keep growing really good fire dank weed. It's super awesome. Minnesota Magic Man. We're going to talk today. Minnesota Magic Man's made a couple comments about something we're going to talk about today, so can't wait to see. I think that's it. Lucid Genetics. There you go. Anybody else?
Oh, yeah.
The Cole Memo. Dr. Dank Nugs. Yeah, I think we got them all. Heck yeah. Thank you for everybody. Appreciate you.
Yeah, it's so fire.
And then speaking of Minnesota Magic Man, this is something I've been following a little bit, and I'm been following closely because I want to see what actually happens. 13 Minnesota cities are looking to launch government-owned marijuana stores.
Holy shit.
As some Minnesota cities fret over regulating newly legalized and normalized marijuana sales, others see an opportunity. Elk River is among 13 Minnesota cities considering opening municipally owned cannabis stores. They would be blazing new trails in this regard, as government-run pot shops aren't currently in use anywhere else in the country, probably for good reason.
Yeah.
It's okay. The trains run on time.
I got me one of them government jobs, bro.
Bro. I mean,
okay.
I'll keep reading, but yeah. City Administrator Carl Portner talks about Elk River approach as making the most of a situation. I don't sense that our council is enthusiastic about the law to legalize, but they're accepting of reality. Revenue potential from cannabis sales and how it can be put to use of the community is part of the appeal. These are all great ideas, and on the surface seem harmless and beneficial.
To the fucking government.
Seem harmless and beneficial on the, yeah.
I mean, it seems harmful and non-beneficial to everybody else that has the potential of getting a license and running a business, but
it says here, our liquor stores never fail compliance tests, whether for tobacco or liquor, Portner said. We feel we can do the same thing within the cannabis industry. Good luck.
And they never fail the test because you fucking have the people that go and fucking test them. What the fuck are we talking about? Yeah, no shit. I wouldn't go in and snitch on my fucking self either. Yeah, okay, whatever. That seems fucking logical. All right.
The full list of cities applying to run municipal cannabis stores according to the state's Office of Cannabis Management are Anoka, Blaine, Buffalo, Byron, Elk River, Grand Rapids, Lauderdale, Mounds View, St. Anthony Village, St. Joseph, Oseo, oh man, how do I say that? I think it's Owatonna. Owatonna, yeah. And Wyoming. It's been a while since I spent time up there.
Yeah, that's some fucking Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. Minnesota's great though. I've been saying, if you've been listening to this podcast for 105 episodes, I think Minnesota is going to lead the way in some aspects of nano emulsions and cannabis drinks. So
wow, that's wild. I didn't know that. The next whole paragraph there that says Washington is the only ever government-run cannabis shop, and it fucking failed in 6 years. That seems logical. Yeah.
Yeah. The only state where any track record of a government-run cannabis shop is Washington State, where a store in North Bonneville opened in 2015 and operated until 2021.
How are you so bad? You're running your own fucking inspections. You're doing everything, and you still fail as a business? How the fuck? You don't have to pay licensing fees. You don't got, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Your licensing fee just goes right back into your wallet. What in the? All right.
Where Minnesota differed from Washington and other legalized cannabis states was in the defined path it created for cities to pursue cannabis moonies. Despite being a new concept, Minnesota's established Mooney model for liquor, also novel nationally, gives partner confidence in the feasibility. Cities have entrepreneurial experience on their sides because cities are made up of people with experiences, apparently.
What?
Including already selling hemp-based THC products in liquor stores. We've had practice time to basically understand the products and understand the customer service side of it. Yeah, you don't
because
you
we
don't-
just
right.
wholesale the fucking liquor stores. Don't you get it? We're fucking G's at the government is entrepreneurial. God damn it, dude. What a
Well,
start to the morning.
everybody knows that corporations are people and governments or cities are made up of experiences.
I bet they have good fireworks shows at least.
Probably.
Because no better way than to spend an extra $1 million in revenue than to blow the shit up. Hey.
So a lot of this is about liquor stores. You can go read this over at Marijuana Moment as well. They said that they're waiting on OCM approval. I believe just last week they approved a new OCM head after the last one that was appointed resigned after the first day because it came out that the person's stores were selling illegal hemp products. That person had a smoke shop, and they were also in charge of cannabis for the whole state, and they were selling illegal hemp products.
Okay.
So that should be
head over 0.03, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, blew over the legal limit. It's unfortunate.
So hopefully we get some more stuff out about this. I can't wait to see how this kind of ends up. I think, nothing the government ever takes over is, less expensive, better run, anything like that. So I don't have high hopes for that.
How funny is that? There is a statement down here that says their projections are highly speculative, but they anticipate losing $184,698. And it could be a few years before they gain profit. What a wild take at things. So, we're not going to be profitable because we need to figure out everything, and including education and marketing. And but you guys are fucking massive entrepreneurs. You're the entrepreneurial cities over there.
Well, they have entrepreneurial experience.
Oh,
but the thing about government is that it's so slow that you can never get anything done.
And that's, let me tell you what,
which is just more rules and regulations, which is why we need to have less rules and regulations.
Yeah. And I might be overstepping by saying they don't have to pay the licensing fee because they got to give the state the money for the license fee, whatever. But they're just going to, oh my God, they just have an endless stream of your tax revenue to buy the shit. And then they're like, oh, we're going to miss out on a few bucks here. We're not going to turn a profit. It's going to be sitting in the back room in a vault instead. And so we're going to be negative. We're going to have losses of 185,000, but that's because we got to pay a few employees.
Well,
and
I mean,
ourselves.
They don't have to worry about that because all the government's money comes from the people, which is taxes, whether it's tariffs, taxes, state income, whatever.
There's no more monopolization of taking the money than we'll take it from you on taxes. We'll take it from you at the store. We'll charge you to employ the people at the store.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit balls.
We'll take the income tax from the people that you're paying at the store, take back the money.
Stick to government. Stick to governing or whatever the fuck that is.
No,
I guess. Yeah.
This is one that should be concerning to people who are paying attention. What's that?
Oh my God. They seized 9 pounds of suspected cannabis.
Yep. Loves Park, Illinois, which is right up by Rockford. Oh. So this is less than 2-ish hours away from Chicago.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
Illinois State Police arrested this person. I don't want to say their name, not because I don't think I can, because I don't believe in it. After they found 9 pounds of suspected cannabis in a Loves Park apartment.
It's not. It's hemp.
Well,
Y'all better
hopefully
not
he has a
fuck with
COA.
that shit. It's your improper handling, ISP. That mofo. Why is ISP involved in this?
Well, what do you mean?
ISP
Why?
SWAT?
Yes, dude.
What in the ATF?
Yes. Yeah. The whole. Yeah. On August 12th, today, as we're recording, is August 18th. Illinois State Police SWAT team, Illinois State Police SLANT. SLANT is the drug task force of that area, if I remember correctly, and the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms teams searched the apartment in the 5800 block of Birkinshaw Lane. This person was found in the residence along with 2 other people by SWAT officers. They found 9 pounds of suspected cannabis, digital scales, and packaging material during the raid.
A portion of the
9 pounds tested positive for THC, hopefully not the stems. Townsend, this person is charged with manufacturing and delivering cannabis. They don't provide a mug's shot. The drug task force in the Rockford area assisted in this. They've obviously been building a case. If you think just because you're getting away with getting things in the mail and the government is not letting you build a case against yourself, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You think you're slick, but you're not slick. The government is generally slicker. The U.S. Post Office has their own investigation team. They have all sorts of things they look for. Just because you're getting the packages and getting away with it doesn't mean you will forever. So here it is. The government.
Seen a wilder fucking thing in my entire life, dude. This is one of those news stories that they're like, man, we're going to make it sound the worst we can so we can trap up as many get mouth breathers to click on it for a second. They aren't going to read that far. They went 9 pounds.
Cannabis is not legal in Illinois. We have a highly regulated tax structure for it. If you pay attention, the government keeps talking. The MSOs keep talking about how they're not making money. And so we're talking about taxed cannabis versus untaxed cannabis. What do you think? This is a rhetorical question, not for Dave, not necessarily for Dave. What do you think? I'm talking to you, the viewer. What do you think the government is going to do when they continue to not make their money? The next thing they're going to do is it's going to be enforcement against the people. Pay attention, people. Pay attention.
Bro, just take the fucking licenses from the other people. If this is how ridiculous it's getting, take a note out of Minnesota and just start running the fucking places yourself, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding. But
that won't ever be corrupt.
Yeah.
Sick. I know. It's pretty crazy that it's going down. Yeah. Be careful out there. Hey, we talked on, hopefully you saw us on the 3 Dope Dudes, Cole Memo crossed, elevated news show. Somebody, it was really fun to do. Somebody said, hey, why doesn't the state, I don't remember if one of us brought it up or if it was somebody in the comments, why doesn't the state, hand out dosage charts or how to deal with this cannabis and not feel sick.
Have you ever seen the it's at the front of every dispensary. There's like the how-tos and the watch out fors.
Yeah.
Cannabis.
It's more like
it's one of the most laughable documents I've ever looked at in my life.
Mm-hmm. New Jersey officials share tips for marijuana use at newly opened consumption lounges. I read this, and not that it's like real news, but there's some things in it that I was like, hey, this is the kind of stuff we could be doing to make things better. As New Jersey's, go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
Yep. the regulators are the ones who need to be sharing the information instead of the educated people who understand consumption. Speaking on consumption, we'll let the regulators tell you what to do because they're real good at making arbitrary numbers come out of nowhere. And anyway, I
I
guess
thought
I'll
this
listen.
one, as far as Illinois, I agree with you. This one actually seems pretty good.
I like to hear it. Let's hear it.
As New Jersey's first marijuana consumption lounges are opening, regulators are sharing information about where to find the sites and offering tips about how to responsibly use cannabis at the licensed businesses, including classic stoner cultural customs like puff puff pass.
Get the fuck
Also,
out.
not a bad custom. About a month after New Jersey Cannabis Regulatory Commission granted its first social consumption lounge license, regulators said cannabis users now have legal spaces to smoke cannabis socially outside their homes. Yes.
You know what? Let me. Don't puff pass. Okay.
I
That's
mean,
a very
puff pass is like if you're smoking a blunt.
that's stoner culture. If you wanted to be a regulated business and you wanted your people to like actually incrementally ingest cannabis, take a puff and then wait 5 minutes because that is when we realize the full effects of what has gone into our system because of how it digests. Inhale it into the lungs,
Mm-hmm.
enters into the blood system, blood circulates through the body in 5 minutes so that it dumps off all the possible cannabinoids by the time it re-enters the lungs and refilters into whatever oxygenated whatever you're giving it back. So give it 5 minutes in between puffs, maybe. If you're a new consumer who doesn't know anything, if you're a stoner, okay, if that's what you want to keep calling the people who consume cannabis at a regular pace, then go ahead and puff, 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 puff if you want. It doesn't really matter. But I think it's a weird thing to like be the regulators and jump in and go, oh, we know how to use hip jive language. We're going to tell them to puff, puff, pass. Fuck out of here.
So it says here, not everyone can or wants to smoke cannabis or consume cannabis at home. Renters face restrictions, tourists lack access, and people living in multifamily units may be subject to building policies that ban smoking altogether. Agreed. Consumption areas also help remove some of the stigma and stereotyping associated with cannabis use, which is a good thing. They provide spaces for adults to use cannabis communally, safely and legally while providing opportunities for education. Correct. Consumers can ask questions and learn about safe use in real time. Correct. In addition to assisting adults to identify, did you want to cut in real quick?
Consumers can ask questions to the people who own the consumption lounges, not to the regulators.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they can do it communally with other cannabis users and so
bingo.
like this is where I'm like, hey, this is great. Like
allow the
Yeah.
community to be the community.
Correct.
And like, but that's the like, dude, yeah, okay, I'm in so far.
Right.
Okay.
In addition to assisting adults to identify licensed lounges, the commission also gave some advice to cannabis novices, explaining both the statutory rules around marijuana on-site consumption and how to ensure that they have a safe experience. That is legitimately what their job is. So like, I'm good with that. Know your limits and avoid unpleasant experiences for yourself and others. Pace yourself, stick to what you're comfortable with, and don't feel pressured to consume more than you usually would.
Usually
Also,
would. You're telling me new consumers. Like these are people
never
who don't
pressure.
understand fucking shit.
Right.
And you're just like, oh, you know your limits. That's why people go to the hospital with this shit because they
Right.
don't know their limits. And you didn't just fucking help them by saying, oh, golly. All right, I'm getting more worked up. I'm okay.
Also, never pressure someone else to do more or other than they're comfortable with. Other advice includes staying hydrated and eating before using cannabis, because a full stomach and adequate hydration can prevent or alleviate unwanted effects.
Yeah, that is the best piece of information.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
So far, I respect that.
Say no to dose stacking. Cannabis, especially edibles, can take 45 minutes to 2 hours to fully kick in and may hit harder than expected. Wait to feel the full effects of what you've consumed before using more. Dave, that's what you said earlier. You said take a puff, wait 5 minutes, and then maybe take another puff.
Yeah, well, you don't have to go to go to a cannabis consumption lounge for inhalation purposes.
Right.
I'm not
Don't
telling
go
you
there
if
and
you're not a stoner, you can go ahead and eat whatever the fuck you want while you're there. If you're new to this, don't eat fucking edibles at the consumption lounge. Eat them at your house. Okay? And if you need somebody to fucking call, hopefully it's Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. You can just come and ask me, and I'm gonna tell
That's
you you're gonna
right.
be all right. We'll be fine.
And Dave will even like write down the numbers and show them to you. He'll go through the numbers with you, how to do it.
It's
Dave's
pretty
the man.
straightforward. Yeah.
Peace, Love, and Coke, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come be a peacekeeper. If you're sharing, it's 2 puffs and pass to the left, but it's perfectly okay not to share, especially for your health or the health of others, the commission said. Yeah, I
A
mean,
bunch of jackasses.
that's kind of, I mean, I get why they put it in there.
Yeah,
and I
because
get
ChatGPT fucking told them to put it in there.
They also stress the need to plan ahead of time to ensure that people who visit consumption lounges get home safely, which means no driving while under the influence. The commission recommends using rideshare services, public transportation, or having a sober driver available. I agree. Driving while impaired, no matter the impairing substance, is against the law, it said, which is probably correct.
Yeah.
So, heck yeah. So,
unless you get fucking comfortable with it, then you can fucking smoke cigarettes while driving, drinking your fucking extra caffeinated 300 milligrams, 230 milligrams of fucking caffeine in one. Okay, whatever. We just get all hopped up and anywho.
So it looks like they opened up applications to operate cannabis consumption lounges from all licensed dispensaries in July. That came months after officials first started accepting applications from social equity marijuana licensees before opening it up to diversely owned businesses and micro businesses in April. The endorsement application fee is $1,000, consisting of $200 for the initial submission and another $800 that would be paid upon approval. There are also annual license fees in the amount of $1,000 for micro businesses and $5,000 for standard businesses.
You know what? The one thing I will tell you, there are depending on what your setup is, dispensaries with hooked up fucking consumption lounges to them, if you are not good at regulating that air and that whatever, you literally just killed yourself from all the excess business that would come from anybody who is not a smoker. People who aren't smokers don't want to go in and smell the fucking burnt smell of cannabis. You're pushing a thing and you're normalizing it because for everybody else who's a smoker, which again makes up 60% of the sales of what you're going to do anyway.
Right.
So fine. But if that's, I promise you, the first few Karens that walk through your door and go, "Oh, it smells like weed in here really bad." Well, yeah, we're at a dispensary.
You smell like marijuana.
Yeah, you smell like a bunch of stoners doing the puff puff to the left pass. I don't know about that. Like, well, it says that we can do that, ma'am. Do you want to read our fucking pamphlet that says it from the commission? Like, okay. I'm just saying, like, and what it says up there, it's only 4 dispensaries that are the people who have applied or gotten the licenses so far. So like,
far.
Yeah, and that's again, it's okay. I'm not saying it's not a fine thing, especially if you know how to use your filtration systems and make sure that the smell is not lingering into the other side. But you will turn the people who buy edibles, the people who are buying, medicinal products like high rich CBD or THC fucking RSOs and things that they're trying to use for their cancer treatments or epilepsy. You'll turn all of these people away because they don't want to walk into some burnt cannabis smell. And that what's the difference between burnt cannabis and non-burnt cannabis? And we all know the truth. Like there is a definite pungency to the one, but and you're in a dispensary, you're going to smell cannabis. I'm not saying that you're not going to. There's just a vast difference, especially if you've got like 20 people in there blowing blunts and shit. Like, ugh,
Yeah. Under the rules, consumption lounges cannot sell food or alcohol, which is, I agree, because I think you should do one thing well
It's
and do
trash
that.
though, because people who have overconsumed could use food to come down
But
from things.
it says here that adults 21 and older can bring food or have it delivered if the local government allows it. Medical cannabis patients would be allowed or able to bring their own marijuana products. Great.
Wait,
This is
so
good.
non-medical patients have to buy the product from them, walk over next door, consume it, and then they can leave? And then
Maybe.
also, a lot of these consumption lounges, though it's not strictly enforced, say what you should do is come in here, and then after you smoke, you have to sit here for 2 hours. And, like,
I've
it's
not
not a strictly
experienced that.
enforced thing, but it's written into Illinois fucking law somewhere that, like, the consume and stay shit, and, like, when they wrote their SOPs, their standard operating procedures, the fucking whatever, they said that they would do their best or try to make sure that everybody stuck around for a reasonable amount of time after consumption so that they wouldn't be leaving and
Well,
driving
that's why if
impaired.
you go to Miracle on Mundelein, it takes 2 hours to leave the concert.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, New Jersey officials recently completed the curriculum of a no-cost marijuana training academy that's meant to support entrepreneurs. Separately, New Jersey Senate President Nick Scutari, Democrat, recently filed a bill that would recriminalize purchasing marijuana from unlicensed sources, one of the latest attempts to crack down on the illicit market and steer adults toward licensed retailers. You know what we do in other areas is that we incentivize people to do things. Like we incentivize people not to buy cannabis in Illinois by taxing the hell out of it.
Yeah. My other thing is then, okay,
So what they could do is they could just make the regulated cannabis better, cheaper, and more available, and then people wouldn't want to go to the illicit market. Same thing here in Illinois.
The way that these the President Nick Scutari or whatever, the way that he's going to tell the difference between your licensed packaged good compared to your non-licensed packaged good is the fucking packaging itself. So perhaps if you have a buddy who's got an extra container, I'm just saying find one, and then maybe you're right back into the, I don't know. This shit is just so crazy.
The point being here with that is that states only care about getting more tax revenue and more money for themselves in order to continue to have their power. So
bingo, they care about their regulations. They care that they are the regulators. And hey, I got this new law to regulate. Fucking assholes.
Mm-hmm. Last thing I want to read here. In March, a former New Jersey Senate leader unsuccessfully ran for the Democratic gubernatorial nomination, said it is time to give medical marijuana patients an option to grow their own cannabis plants for personal use. He also pledged to expand clemency for people impacted by marijuana criminalization if elected, and he expressed support for the establishment of cannabis consumption lounges. Really, I just wanted to say it is, that's the fact that they don't even have a home grow option there is really sad for medical patients. And I agree, it is time to give everybody an option to grow their own. So,
yeah.
Let's see here.
The gubernatorial is one of my favorite. It's funny as shit that they call themselves goobers, to be honest with you. It's kind of neat.
Now, I know we have talked about this before. This is from injusticewatch.org. They wrote an article on the faulty DUI testing labs in Illinois. And there are some things in here, not that I wanted to read all of it, but there's some things in here that were pretty awesome. Here's some key takeaways. Between 2016 and 2024, a forensic toxicology lab at the University of Illinois tested people's bodily fluids for DUI. Cannabis investigations using scientifically discredited methods and faulty machinery. Lab management knew its machines were not producing reliable results for THC blood tests, yet for years failed to notify law enforcement or fix their testing methods.
Well, why would they? They make money from criminalizing people and keeping them, forcing them to pay fucking DUIs and shit. Them things cost tens of thousands of dollars sometimes to get through. By the time you got your lawyers, it's trash.
The senior forensic toxicologist at the lab testified in court cases in misleading ways, prosecutors later admitted, contributing to people being convicted for DUI offenses with little or no evidence they were intoxicating. After shuttering its human testing program last year, the lab finally issued a disclosure to 17 prosecutors' offices admitting their test results may have been compromised going back years. However, the University of Illinois hasn't taken any steps to notify the people whose bodily fluids were tested about the possibly comprised results. Of course, we have no oversight. Illinois has no meaningful forensic science oversight system. A recently created state forensic science commission has no authority to investigate complaints, shut down labs, discipline analysts, or issue legally binding findings. The couple of things that I wanted to take away from this, because I didn't want to spend too much time on this article. Right in the beginning, it talks about how this person was pulled over and there was a blunt. They gave him field sobriety tests. They suspected he was intoxicated, so they arrested him and asked for a sample of his urine back at the station. The sample was sent to Bash's lab at the University of Illinois in Chicago, where she tested it for cannabis. The attorney goes on to say he was a newer public defender and hadn't had much experience challenging scientific evidence. So he went on he had a couple lengthy phone calls with this person about the analysis. Here it says, after 2 to 4 conversations, I still felt confused by the lab report. The report didn't specify whether Thompson was over the legal limit for tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, the component of marijuana that gets people high. I was like, okay, the way she's describing it, the guy is guilty, and yet I was still on the fence to advise him to plead because I didn't understand if he was guilty. He reached out to a toxicologist at another lab for a second opinion, and that's when I knew I wouldn't be pleading this out. Where is it here? Okay. At trial, McMahon expected Bash to say she didn't find any THC in his client's urine because the drug doesn't show up in urine. Its metabolites, chemical byproducts created as the body processes drugs and other toxins, can be found in urine days, even weeks after last use, making them useless for determining whether someone's high is while driving. Right. They say on the stand, Bash in her early 40s with short hair dyed reddish pink used complicated scientific terms to describe how the body processes marijuana and the steps she took to analyze urine. She explained how the body flushes the THC out with a complex molecule called glucuronide. Attached. She described how she performed the chemistry on Thompson's urine to separate that complex molecule from the THC and quantify how much of it Thompson had in the system. He objected. The prosecutor continued her questions, driving Bash to her overall point. The metabolites of marijuana in Thompson's urine were ultimately the same as the drug. By then, he had done enough research to know that's not true. He objected. The judge overruled this, but still didn't understand. A forensic toxicologist who McMahon brought in, with decades of work experience in the Illinois State Police Crime Lab, testified more than 100 times for the state and only one other time for the defense. He confirmed THC and its byproducts in the urine are not the same thing, and the state police lab doesn't test urine for DUI cannabis investigations. McMahon was hoping to make the judge understand that there was no THC in his client's urine until Bash converted metabolites back into the drug. That's what I want to point out. Nobody else uses urine for DUI cannabis because there's no THC in urine. Now, you can take metabolites that may break off today, next week, 3 weeks from now, a month from now, and say, hey, we're going to turn them back into THC using chemicals, and then you measure the amount of THC, but that's not scientifically correct. The other thing I wanted to let me see where I can say. I put this down on my prep sheet notes, so let me read it from here because this is the last thing I want to read, and I can't find it on there. The lab was particularly popular in suburban Collier counties. Law enforcement from Lake McHenry, Kane, DuPage, and Will counties accounted for about 1/3 of its cannabis testing business in 2017. This is the urine lab at the UIC, or University of Illinois. This growth was driven in large part by DuPage County clients, in particular the Carroll Stream Police Department, which has a reputation for aggressive DUI enforcement. We are more active in drug-impaired driving arrests perhaps than any other agencies, Carroll Stream Police Department Deputy Chief Brian Clover told Injustice Watch. Testing urine in DUI cannabis cases was important because it was less invasive than having to collect blood. With blood, you have to have a certified phlebotomist to do that. Well, yeah, absolutely. So any of my friends that are hanging out in Carroll Stream or areas like that, you should probably be careful. Because
dude, this is the sickest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen, they just wanted another avenue, and this whole episode we've heard it from state run fucking dispensaries, whatever. All they care about is to make more money off of you. They don't give a flying fuck what you do. They're criminalizing you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you read the part up there where the judge still convicted the motherfucker
even after appeal.
Years. Yeah, after the appeal, after the fucking the state's fucking drug analysis guy comes in. This is the most sick shit I've heard.
They talk here about when they were writing the DUI law and when they were writing the for cannabis. Originally, it was 10 nanograms, but Governor Rauner at the time said that he would only go as far as other states. Which, okay, I get that. Like, we don't want to be the one leading on you can have so much more. Like, if 4 or 5 other states that have I mean, like, I can at least put myself behind the understanding how somebody would think that way. You know what I mean? At the state-run police labs, forensic scientists determined that only blood testing would provide accurate results for DUI investigations under the new law. But at the UIC lab, Bash and Larson took the new law to mean urine testing was fair game, because laws are just interpretations of words, correct?
Yeah, by the fucking 2 laboratory people, not by
well, and including by the police. Because of the vague statute, Bash told Injustice Watch, the lab decided to provide the information objectively and allow the attorneys, judges, and courts to interpret the law as is appropriate. To provide information on the amount of THC in urine, Bash used a testing method that converted metabolites back into the drug. No other lab in the country offered to quantify THC in urine for Illinois prosecutions. The reason being is that it's not great. It's not the correct way to do it. So,
dude, this is as terrifying as you're gonna get here.
Yep.
Kind of weird. Because even when the judge recognizes you as not having done the thing, he still doesn't know how to testify because he doesn't know enough about cannabis or its metabolisms. Even when he's asking the lady to slow down and tell him what the fuck it means. Yeah, it's so
absolutely sick. I know. It's I can't help but point out the areas where the state is still continuing to prosecute us over a plan, over-regulate us over a plan. I just can't help myself, So
this is sick.
Well, we're getting about that time. Dave, you want to do a little check-in for week 3? You want to do your You ready to get into Dave's Conditional Cannabis Corner?
Yeah.
All right.
You got some symptoms from your condition to help you feel better. That is my mission. At the Conditional Cannabis Corner, you can get that information, and it won't even cost you a quarter.
My friends, it's week 3 of me not doing some THC. Oh, it's not. I'm not consuming any cannabis at all. Cannabinoids, terpenoids. Well, maybe terpenoids because they're naturally occurring in other things. But I am. I'm feeling okay. The dreams have intensified. Although on a positive note, last night I was part of the president's committee having a conversation with him on how to reschedule this thing. We didn't make it very far because I woke up and had to go to the bathroom. But anyway, moral of the story: the dreams have intensified. It is becoming far more regular, and I'm not. I don't like the dreams. That is the one thing y'all have heard me say it week after week. I just, I can't wait to consume cannabis to get through the sleep cycle again. And for those who don't know, just if you haven't ever heard me say it before, THC is really good at passing us through REM sleep, which is where we have the most active brain activity. So I have, I've had more intense dreams. I won't say they're like worse or anything. It's kind of wild. Like I said, the last night I was talking to the president about how to change the thing. But other than that, I will say on a positive note, and I don't know if it's because I haven't. I mean, I have not had the vertigo situation, and if y'all have listened before, I talk about having vertigo pretty bad. The vertigo has kind of chilled out a little bit. It may be because I'm not as active or doing as much as I have in the past, especially because I don't have a car currently. And but I feel like I noticed it the other day. I was like, man, I really haven't had many big waves of vertigo. And then I tried to equate it to maybe it's because of the slowing of the cannabis. And it makes partial sense because when we consume cannabis, it does increase our blood flow and our heart rate. So perhaps that's a byproduct of increased heart rate and blood flow where, the my mind gets a little bit more blood flow or whatever it is, and then it just kind of gets that moment of vertigo. Uh, Again, speculative. I don't really know if there's any merit to what I'm saying about it, but I have recognized that the vertigo is kind of chilled out a little bit. Um, but other than that, I'll tell you, like I don't have any craving for the thing at all. Like I could literally not use cannabis um in my daily routine of when I get anxious or when I get all spiked with my feels or whatever. I haven't been like, "Oh, I need to run over and get some cannabis and consume it now." Have there been times where I'm like, this would be the time when I would consume cannabis? 100%. But I haven't felt the urge or the like I'm missing something feeling anymore. And that's pretty neat. I think last week, week 2, I still had a few moments of like, I'm going to go get it. I need it now. But maybe this week's been a little less stressful. I've had a few good things happen. But yeah, I would say generally speaking, it's okay. Like I'm not, the maybe we'll call it addiction or the desire or whatever has definitely tapered off. I will also say as a byproduct, I have thrown a few better disc golf rounds. Right, and y'all know I love me some disc
Truth.
golf. Um, I have I've been throwing some consistently good disc golf rounds. I do think, I don't know if it's directly because I'm not consuming cannabis as much as um, when I do consume cannabis, maybe I care less. And it's not that I care more to throw good disc golf. It's that I do believe that there is a correlation or a connection between clarity of mind or lacking intoxication, because we still do get intoxicated regardless if you feel it or don't feel it. Um, and how our muscles respond, right? So I think, maybe there's something to be said there also. I have another week or two of about 12 more days before a party that I'm going to, where I am going to have maybe a puff or two of some cannabis. I'm not going to do a lot, but I will tell you if this stays consistent, right? And I think that they're, again, in the middle of an event where you need to be more responsive or less carefree about things. Maybe consuming cannabis during the middle of it, or not consuming cannabis during the middle of it, it's an okay thing, And that's the other thing I asked everybody, hey, maybe take a little tolerance break here and there. Maybe just take a break during some of the things that you're doing, right? Try it. Maybe if you're disc golfer and you go, you know what, I'm going to try to not consume during this entire round. Uh, Try it out. See if it gives you any extra benefit. Maybe you don't need to consume during your rounds. I mean, I'm going to, but maybe while it's a competitive event, per se, maybe you chill out a little bit. And besides that, I do have to say, I generally, maybe the overall anxious response thing, or the desire to respond to the anxiety with cannabis has kind of slowed down. And I think maybe just my awareness has maybe peaked a little bit, and I feel a little bit more in control, muscularly at least. And that's what I'm saying in regards to the disc golfing. But yeah, besides that, so far, week 3, pretty good. I am telling everybody still, I cannot wait to get to the finish line just so I can stop dreaming, though. It is the one thing I will probably still consume cannabis before going to bed. It is unbelievably good at helping us, again, transition through the REM portion of sleep. And it is, especially if you're using like a CBN product, um, it's very good at locking us in sleep. So, and our buddy John Voight the other day was on Peace, Love, and Cope on Thursday night, and somebody asked what kind of ratio of things, or what kind of makeup of things should I use to consume for sleep. And he said a 1-to-1-to-1, which is a THC, CBD, CBN mixture. And again, great thing to hear from anybody. Like, use excess cannabinoids that aren't just THC, because THC is effective for what it is, but the other things are effective for what they are. So if you have a 1-to-1-to-1, you have transition through sleep with THC, locking in sleep with CBN, and the general comforts of CBD, the anti-inflammatories, the and the anti-anxiety and antidepressant side of it as well. All of that mixed up into one thing. Now, I also say maybe a 3-to-2-to-1, where you got 3 parts CBN, 2 parts CBD, 1 part THC, something of that nature. But that's where I think I've also in the past said, once we get to the point where cannabis has become Burger King and you can have it your way, whatever you want, make the ratio whatever you want it, 3-2-1, 5-2-1, 5-3-2, whatever the hell you wanted your ratio to be, you could start to do that. I think that until those times come, it's recognizing what cannabinoids we're doing and understanding our tolerance to said cannabinoids, and then not buying too much into excessive consumer packaged good bullshit, right? The indica sativa fight, little bit off to me, still not necessarily fully sold on it. And I'm not saying that the indica isn't maybe better at, a heavier myrcene content, a heavier linalool content won't help with the sleeping side of things also, because it generally will. But I'm saying that there are other properties of this plant that we recognize as being proponent, the activators of the thing that we're looking for, sleep being what I'm talking about currently. So moral of this whole thing, I'm feeling okay, and I hope y'all are too. And if you're taking a tolerance break, run it. I think it's the best thing. And just like our commenter said earlier, I don't stop altogether. I just use very small amounts of. And maybe because I've thought about it too. In the first 2 weeks, I literally thought about, well, maybe I just take a little bit before bed. What if I just eat an edible or something for bed so that I sleep better? And I was like, but that doesn't reset my system the way that I'm looking to reset my system. When I said this is a fat soluble thing, I've got an extra few lbs, so I can, give me a full month, let me fully reset this system and get to a clean slate. And then month one of coming back, maybe we do another little series about what it's like to restart from fresh. Anyway, that's it. I hope you're feeling good. I'm feeling great.
Awesome. I mean, I know that I have cut down on my cannabis in the last month or last 18 days or so as well.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, hey, maybe I shouldn't smoke so much hash. Maybe I should smoke some of this new flower that I've got, that just finished up, and just not try and hit it so hard all the time. I think it's okay. I mean, I'm going to quit vaping. So,
Yeah, for you, dude.
Yeah. So, that was kind of like starting to practice for it,
Yeah. And I again, the vaping thing, maybe the lesser of the evils when
Mhm.
it comes to what's available and out there. But also, too, I think anything we can do, especially the older we get, however we can conserve and preserve the health that we have.
Mhm.
And it's not that those things are terrible, it's that what is okay to put into the lungs and not, and long term, what is the deterioration of it, if at any, right? But I don't want to be the one who has to find out necessarily. And
Right.
um, again, for us understanding what nicotine is and how it is that stimulant, can we replace that with something where we're already consuming cannabis, and can that be enough for us? The oral fixation part of it, and or the general feels part of it, because
Mhm.
there should be something relatively close within the cannabis plant to give you effectively what nicotine is capable of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I mean, you just got to try. You just got to try. It's a mental thing. And I quit smoking analog cigarettes back in the day, so I know I can quit vaping. People take tea breaks, people stop smoking marijuana, and you can too.
Oh,
So that's my point. If we can do it, you can do it.
it's a commitment to yourself, and I promise you, if you're listening to this, you're so worth it. And if you're not listening to this, you're still so worth it. And I
Mhm.
wish that you would listen to this, because you deserve to understand that there's an army of people that support you and hope that you get over whatever it is, and that it maybe. And a lot of times, look at where the root of it comes from. Why did we even start this in the beginning? What were we using it for? And now, what have we convinced ourselves that we continually use it for? Um,
Mhm.
again,
take a break. You might use it for a different reason now. You might find that you want to use it for a different reason, or that you don't want to use it. But if you don't stop, you don't know.
That's it, brother. That's, yeah. And again, like I'll say it a million more times. Look at yourself in the mirror, and the person inside there is so worth all of it, right? You've been willing to do all this shit for everybody else your entire life. You give yourself endlessly to all these people, and to seek some kind of recognition. I beg you again, that's why I say look in the mirror. Recognize yourself. Look at yourself. You are so worth it. And it would, yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we believe in you just like y'all believe in us. So, take it upon yourself to, do something with it. We love you all. Smoke weed every day. Peace.
Two dope dudes bringing you the news, leading you to much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a light, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come